Hey everybody, it's Strike. Today I want to go over a build that was suggested to me by one of my viewers. Tombo Rocks 1 had suggested that I try Broadsword, Fiery Aura, Brute, and I finally finished it up and got it all done, and it's a perfect opportunity because the new patch just released today that has a lot of changes to power sets, to brutes in particular. And I just kind of wanted to go over it all, show you what this build can do, and discuss my thoughts on it. With the new patch, they did release for Broadsword, they've made a few changes. Basically like lowered cast times and changed different things. But for Slice, it's one of the biggest changes I've seen. The power now applies a minus 9% resistance debuff on targets for 15 seconds. After 15 seconds from last use, the power can inflict a rending slice on the main target by hitting an additional 0.8431 lethal damage. Minus defense debuff lowered from minus 7.5% to minus 3.75%. Cast time lowered from 2 seconds to 1.83 seconds. And now it is mutually exclusive from the new power that they just came out with called Boomerang Slice, which I'll show you in the trailer real quick. Damage goes from 1.23 to 1.2346, stalker only. Target cap increased from 5 to 10 targets. Boomerang Slice, if I had the option when I was building, I probably would have picked this one. Basically, it does a lot of the things that Slice does, but you actually throw your sword out. I'll show you real quick. We go in here. So it's got a little range on it from what it looks like. I wouldn't mind trying this one out. I might even do a respec on this character to see how it works. See if it's any good or not, but that would be an awesome addition. I think, for a brute anyways, especially when the targets start running from you. But let's go over my thoughts and what I did with this build, and I'll show you real quick, combat trial. Alright, in Broadsword, for Slash, I took 4 Touch of Death with the negative energy damage proc. Slice, 3 Obliterations with the chance for smashing damage proc. Parry, I took 2 Pounding Slugfest and 2 Red Fortunes. Whirling Sword, 3 Shield Breakers with the chance for lethal damage proc. Disembowel, a full set of Superior Brute's Fury. Head Splitter is a full set of Superior Unrelenting Fury. The Fiery Aura, Fire Shield. I took a whole set of Titanium Coating. Blazing Aura, 3 Obliteration with the chance for smashing damage proc, and a Fury of the Gladiator, chance for minus resistance. Healing Flames, I threw in 4 Aegis. And I did notice that with Fiery Aura, it has a giant psionic hole in its resistances. So I threw in a Pervium armor, psionic resistance to help boost that a little bit. I also, in temperature protection, threw another Impervium armor, psionic resistance, give it a little more boost. I also threw in a steadfast protection, resistance plus defense, and gladiator's armor, teleportation protection plus defense all. plasma shield is 5 titanium coatings. Consume 4 preemptive optimizations. I wanted to use as many recharges as I could because this is an endurance heavy build, and you'll see I struggle with endurance still on this one, so I wanted, you know, a few of them to have the recharges in it so I can get consume as much as possible. Burn 3 obliterations with the chance for smashing damage proc. Health, I took 2 preventative medicines for the lethal and smashing resistance and mes resistance buffs. Stamina, 3 performance shifters for the chance for plus endurance plus increase in maximum health. Combat jumping, luck of the gambler, defense, increased global recharge, kismet plus 2 hit, and reactive defense scaling damage resist. Super speed, I threw in 3 of the whole set of Blessing of the Zephyr to give me a boost to my defense for fire and cold and ranged and energy, negative energy. And hasten, just a recharge reduction. In the fighting pool, kick, I used a bone snap, accuracy damage. Tough, I put 5 unbreakable guards in here because the 5th gave me an increased toxic and psionic resistance by 3.75 and a mes resistance by 6.25. Again, trying to fill that psi hole. Weave, I put 3 shield walls with the proc for teleportation protection plus resistance all. And I went with Mew Mastery on this for the build theme. If I had to do over again, I might have taken energy and went with superior conditioning. Just because, like I said, it is an endurance heavy build. But anyway, Mew Mastery. Mew Lightning, I took 4 Apocalypse for improved regeneration, increased health, and increased damage. Ball Lightning for bombardments, and Static Discharge for bombardments. Maneuvers, 3 shield walls, and Assault, Invention and Endurance reduction. Alright, we'll go try out a mission here. See how it does. With this build, I had originally picked, I think, Resilient for my Alpha Incarnate as far as my plan of what I was going to do. Now it's to the point where I think I'm going to have to pick Cardiac just for the endurance reduction. Plus, I believe it gives you a plus to resistance. I do have this set on a +3 × 3. And now that we're in a mission, I'll go over his resistances and defenses real quick. Damage, smashing resistance, 90, lethal 90, fire 90, cold 37, energy 60, negative 60, psionics 31, and toxics 14. Defense, range defense is 20, melee's 32, AoE's 22, smashing 29, lethal 29, fire 23, cold 23, energy is 19, negative energy is 19, psionic is 19, and toxic is 19. Go ahead and give it a shot here. You also notice that every 15 seconds when Slice gets the buff it will put an orange circle around it now. So you know that you can get your increased buff there. And there's the rending slice. Maybe we should have a boss. Nope, not in this group. Let's try and find one that has a boss. Usually one up here. Yeah, there she is. I will say one thing, the damage output on this is insane. It is pretty good for that. I always like that it gives you the out of range sound effect because you hit them so high in the air. You can't reach them. I can hit her. And there goes all my powers. Consume is not recharged and I'm out of endurance. I'm gonna try running without maneuvers. We'll see how that does. You know, endurance wasn't this bad, say in the 30s and early 40s on this guy. I thought it was going to be okay, and like I said, I had originally chose a different alpha incarnate, but it seemed like mid 40s is when it really took over. And now again, you see I'm almost out of endurance. I still have a 50-second recharge on my consume. Nothing there. we go. Said a quick look. New patch did come out today. I might go over some other build changes that they introduced. I know my all electric brute. I hopped on him for a little bit just to check to see. They did increase. Let's see here. They did increase your hit points. Yeah. So I got a nice little boost there up to 2262. They also took. Let's pop that up real quick. A lot of changes. Resistance and defense modifiers increased from 75 to 85%. PvP base resistance is lowered from 10 to 0%. Max HP increased from 1499.2554 to 1601.719. They did also change. I noticed in the electric melee, they took chain induction and it no longer accepts melee enhancements, but now accepts the melee AoE enhancements. I checked my guy and the enhancements that I had in there, which I had Mako's Bite in that power, it was still in there. So I don't know if they're grandfathered in and it'll allow you to use them as long as it was slotted before this change, or if maybe you're going to have to change it within time. They said that maybe not all of these are taking effect right away. They did have a new badge that took a while before I got it, and I was in my base for quite a while, but the Home Sweet Home badge, that you get for like actually being in your base. But we'll see. First day of patch. It's literally only been hours since it's been out, so there may be more updates that I might have to go over, especially with brutes, seeing as how that's my favorite set to play. Like I said, thanks for Tombo Rocks for suggesting this build. If you guys have any other suggestions on builds you'd like to see me tackle, just leave it in the comments. I'm willing to try just about anything. I mean, heck, I made a brute that only uses power pool powers for his main power set. I will say I'm not a big fan of masterminds or Peacebringers or Warshades. I have a few of each of those. They're just not my favorite sets to play, but if there's any others you'd like to see me try, just leave it in the comments. Let me know. I'll see if I can do that. Gives me an idea for a new video. So until then, I will talk to you in the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and take care.